Did you know that right now, in your kitchen, there's already a $3 mold killer sitting there? This simple solution can wipe out mold the moment it touches it, attacking it all the way down to the roots. Use it just once, and it can help stop mold from coming back for months. Scientists have even confirmed that it can eliminate up to 99% of the common household molds. But the name of this solution has been completely erased from the labels of every major cleaning brand on the market, and it's not because it doesn't work. The truth is actually the opposite. It works too well. These companies would never want to sell you something that costs just a couple of dollars when they can sell you a $30 bottle of cleaner instead. A solution this simple would destroy their business model, because people wouldn't need to keep coming back to buy more every month. In business, anything that can't be patented can't generate long-term profit, and anything that doesn't create massive revenue eventually gets pushed into the shadows. This is the story of the $3 mold killer. The $2 billion cleaning industry really hopes you never discover this secret. Right now, around 45 million buildings in the United States have mold growing inside their walls. That shocking number comes from a 2017 indoor air quality study by researchers Mudari and Fisk. What they discovered was deeply concerning. More than 20% of asthma cases in the US are directly linked to mold and damp indoor environments. And this isn't just about mild allergies or seasonal sensitivities. We're talking about real asthma, the kind that sends thousands of children to the emergency room every year. Both the World Health Organization and the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention have confirmed this connection. They state clearly that living in environments with mold significantly increases the risk of respiratory diseases. These are official warnings from leading health experts. And yet, believe it or not, the answer to this serious problem may have been sitting in your medicine cabinet all along. Back in the 1800s, rural families in England recorded how diluted vinegar was used to effectively remove mold from stone walls. Some church records from Somerset in 1842 even described cleaning damp stone with white vinegar and baking soda. This wasn't some strange experiment at all. People treated it as just another normal household chore. By the 1870s in the Appalachian region, the same method showed up in handwritten family journals. Women at the time were already combining vinegar, water, and baking soda to scrub mold off wooden beams and old basement walls. This simple method worked incredibly well for families. The mold removal trick was passed down from mothers to daughters for generations. You didn't need any specialized cleaning chemicals from big corporations. And you definitely didn't have to spend hundreds of dollars hiring professional remediation services. The most important thing is that this formula can't be sold or patented by anyone. If you've listened this far, your knowledge about mold is already ahead of 99% of the people standing in line at the hardware store. Go ahead and subscribe and share this information with anyone who needs to know. We need to bring back the truths this industry has tried to make us forget for the past 70 years. Every secret the cleaning companies tried to bury is being revealed right here. By the 1950s, the entire cleaning industry in the United States had fully taken control of the market. Companies began shifting completely towards synthetic chemicals. Bleach quickly became the default solution for almost every household cleaning problem. Giants like Procter & Gamble poured massive amounts of money into dominating store shelves. They launched huge advertising campaigns and even spent money influencing regulations. They pushed one very simple message into every household's mind. Only laboratory-made chemicals were powerful enough to protect your home. The old cleaning tricks passed down from grandmothers were suddenly labeled as outdated and even dangerous. These corporations wanted people to trust the product and the label on the bottle without question. Doubting it was never supposed to cross your mind. And within just 2 generations, most of the old knowledge about mold removal had completely disappeared. Not because the old methods stopped working. The simple truth is that no one was passing those methods down anymore. So what exactly is inside this powerful $3 formula? Let's break down the science that cleaning brands would rather keep quiet. Distilled white vinegar contains about 5 to 8% acetic acid. According to multiple scientific reports, this acid can penetrate deep into the root structure of mold. That root system is what allows mold to cling to surfaces and keep growing back on your walls. Acetic acid destroys the pH environment that mold needs to survive. Vinegar alone has already been shown to eliminate about 82% of mold species in laboratory tests. Even dangerous black mold is included in those results. All of this data has been documented by independent scientific organizations focused on environmental and household health. Just think about that for a moment. A bottle that costs less than $2 can reach an 82% mold killing rate. Now let's add the second ingredient to this formula, baking soda, also known as sodium bicarbonate. Its pH level usually sits between 8 and 9 on the alkaline scale. Most types of mold can only survive in slightly acidic environments with a pH below 7. That means baking soda creates an extremely hostile environment for mold. It helps kill the mold that's already growing on your walls, and at the same time it leaves behind a protective layer that makes it much harder for mold to come back for weeks, sometimes even months. A study in 2017 confirmed this effect. Researchers found that baking soda was highly effective at preventing mold growth, even in tough outdoor environments. And the best part is that a box of baking soda like this usually costs about $1 at almost any store. The combination of vinegar and baking soda is where the real science comes in. This is the part no major cleaning brand wants printed on a label. Vinegar acts as the acid attack that destroys active mold colonies. At the same time, baking soda neutralizes the surface underneath. That makes it extremely difficult for any remaining spores to find the conditions they need to grow again. When used correctly, these two ingredients attack the problem from both sides. And the best part is that the total cost of the materials is still under $3. Now, let's look at some numbers that are honestly pretty alarming. The global market for mold removal products is expected to reach $2.2 billion by 2025. That figure comes from a market analysis released in February 2026. The companies dominating this market include Clorox, Procter & Gamble, and a long list of other major chemical corporations. Each of them sells their own specialized mold-killing cleaners. These products are packed with synthetic chemicals, and most of the time you'll pay anywhere from $8 to $40 for a single bottle. But here's the reality. No expensive product has ever proven to be dramatically more effective than ordinary white vinegar on common household surfaces. Independent tests have shown this again and again. The problem is that no one can patent white vinegar. You also can't turn baking soda into a proprietary product that controls the market. Big corporations would never want you relying on a cleaning solution that costs just $1. The entire business model of the cleaning industry depends on selling you branded chemical products. They want you to believe that only their laboratories can produce powerful mold-killing solutions. Meanwhile, vinegar and baking soda are the exact opposite of that model. They're cheap, easy to find anywhere, and they actually work. But they can't be patented, and that's something these corporations simply can't accept. So instead of the truth, they taught people to buy those bright orange bottles from the store. They convinced you that natural solutions are outdated and unreliable. They told you that professionals only use powerful chemicals, never old household remedies. And that strategy worked perfectly. The $2 billion market proves just how successfully people were convinced. Now, let me show you exactly how to use this $3 formula. First, grab a bottle of pure white vinegar and a clean spray bottle. Make sure you don't dilute the vinegar at all. Spray it generously over every area where mold is growing, then just leave it there for about 1 hour. Don't touch it or disturb the area during that time. While it sits, the acetic acid will soak deep into the mold and break down its entire structure. After an hour, take a stiff brush and scrub the surface until the mold is completely gone. Then rinse it with warm water and dry the area as thoroughly as you can. Next, dissolve about 1/4 tablespoon of baking soda into a cup of clean water. Spray this mixture over the same surface again. This time, just let it air dry and don't rinse it off. You want that thin baking soda residue to stay on the wall. That layer helps change the pH of the surface, making it very difficult for mold to grow back for weeks afterward. The whole process costs you less than $3. There are no harsh fumes and no toxic chemical residue left behind. It's safe to use around children and pets. You can use it on almost anything, from camping tents and tarps to basement walls and even trucks. With just this one simple homemade solution, you can deal with mold almost anywhere. The truth is, mold can only survive in damp environments. This knowledge wasn't forgotten because it stopped working. It was buried because something that's both cheap and effective doesn't generate profit for big companies. Your great-grandmother probably knew this trick well, and the generations before her used it too. For hundreds of years, families passed this knowledge down without spending a single cent. But 50 years of chemical company advertising managed to convince an entire generation that these old methods were somehow wrong. Thanks for watching this video. If you found this information useful, make sure to like and share it. Every share helps protect the real knowledge that some people would rather erase from our lives. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can keep discovering more secrets that others would prefer to keep hidden.